V3, degree of V4 is 5. That means here V2 and V5 are my odd degree vortices. But V1, V3 and V5 has degree even, so these are even degree vortices. We want to show that the total number of odd degree vortices are even. That means I have only two vortices, V2 and V4 have degree odd. Okay, so I want to show that the number of odd degree vortices is even. So for that one, just we apply the Handshipping theorem and using certain concept. Now, so prove this, we can say that we know that sum of degree of Vi equal to 2 into number of edges. Now we decompose V into two sets, V1 and V2, such that V1 contains those vertices having even degree, and V2 contains those vertices having odd degree. So this summation Vi belongs to V, degree of Vi equals to 2e can be written as summation Vi belongs to V1 union V2, degree Vi equal to 2e. Now this implies summation Vi belongs to V1, degree of Vi, plus summation Vi belongs to V2, degree of Vi equals to 2e. Now you can see as summation Vi belongs to V1, degree of Vi, V1 contains those vertices of even degree. So now this is an even number. So if we want to write Vi belongs to V2, degree of Vi will be equals to 2 into Vi belongs to V1, degree of Vi. But as this is a even number, this whole will be an even number. As this is an even number, so 2e minus even gives us a even number. Now from this equation, look here, if I take this as equation 1, so one says that summation Vi belongs to V2, degree of Vi is an even number, as degree of each Vi in V2 is odd. So one says that we are adding odd numbers to get an even number. This is only possible when we add odd number even number of times. This implies the number of odd degree vertices must be proved. Okay, that means we have proved two theorem. First one is handshaking theorem. It said that sum of degree of each vertex is equal to 2 into number of edges. And second theorem states that the number of odd degree vertices are even. Now, after that, we have certain definition called complete graph. Complete graph. In a complete graph, we say a simple graph GVE is said to be complete if there is an edge between any two vertices. Okay. For example, complete graph with one vertices, complete graph with two vertices. This is a complete graph with three vertices or four vertices. There must be an edge between any two vertex. So this. Similarly, for five vertices, you can see complete graph with five vertices. There is an edge between any two vertex. So these side are only vertex. Okay. This is now. This is a complete graph with five vertices. Similarly, you can have a complete graph with six vertices as okay. This is also a complete graph with six vertices. See, the side are only vertices. ओके नाउ इसका नोटेशन देते हैं सी एन बोल के सी एन कंप्लीट ग्राफ विथ एन वर्टिसेस नाउ नाउ देयर इज वन क्वेश्चन so that the number of edges in a complete graph having n vertices is n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Now, for proving this, you can see that in complete graph, in a complete graph, the degree, okay, a complete graph with n vertices, the degree of each vertex is n. Okay, as you can see that in a complete graph, the degree of each vertex is n, and there are n number of vertex. Okay, the degree of each vertex is n, and so how many edges are there? The total number of edges will be each vertex का degree 10 है. So here look here, you can see, okay, in different way I can go. Degree of each vertex is n. Now suppose V is the set of vertices having V1, V2, V3 up to Vn. Okay. Now by applying the definition in a complete graph, there is an edge between any two vertex. So we will count the number of edges in the following way. In which way we count? Look here. Suppose V1, V2, V3, V4 up to Vn. I have a graph having n number of vertices. Now there are okay, starting from V1, how many edges are there? V1 to V2 1, V3 2, V4 3, V4 up to there are from V1 there are n minus 1 edges. So starting from V1 there are n minus 1 edges joining V2, V3 up to Vn. Now starting from V2, we can say from V2 we have n minus 2 edges joining V3, V4 up to Vn. Now note that we will not count the edge V1, V2. Why? Because we already counted this. We already counted during calculation from V1 and V2. So similarly we can have starting from V3 we have how many edges? N minus 3 edges and so on. At last there is one edge joining Vn minus 1 to Vn. So the total number of edges will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to n minus 1. Now we know the formula, that is equal to n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Okay. So a complete graph with n vertices has n into n minus 1 by 2. Clear? Up to this clear? Again,
Yes,
please.
sir.
Now there is something called bipartite graph. Look here, something called bipartite graph. BIPARTIATE. It says that a graph is said to be bipartite if the vertex set V can be decomposed into two sets, V1 and V2, such that there is an edge between any two vertices, okay, any one vertex of V1 to one vertex of V2, but there is no edge between any two vertices of V1 and there is no edge between any two vertices of V2. That means we can simply say When a graph is called biparse set, if the vertex set can be broken into two parts, V1 and V2, such that there is an edge between one vertex to another vertex here. There may be possibility, okay? But there is no edge within the two vertex of A1 or within the two vertex of V2, okay? Now, for example, you can see that this graph is biparse set. If you say V1, V2, V3, V4, V5 and V6. Now, if I take in a set V1, we have V1, V3, V5 and in V2 set I can take V2, V4 and V6. Now you can see that there is an edge between one vertex of V1 to V2, V2 to V3, V3 to V4, V4 to V5, V5 to V6 and V1 to V6. Okay. There is one edge between one vertex of here to one over here, but there is no edge within V1, V3, V5 and V2, V4, V6. So this is a biparse set graph. Now knowing this, we will prove one theorem. What said that a graph G is biparse set if and only if it is possible to assign one of two different color to each vertices of the graph so that no two vertices are assigned the same color. Okay, a graph is said a biparse set if and only if both sided theorem. It is possible to assign one of the two different color to each vertices of the graph so that no two vertices are assigned the same color. So, for proving this, let G be a biparse set graph. First we take a G biparse set graph. Let V equal to V1 union V2. Now, to show proper coloring is possible with two colors. Okay. Now, for proving this, as V equal to V1 union V2, so there is an edge between one vertex of V1 to one vertex of V2. Now, consider one vertex U belongs to V1. We will assign color 1 to U and color 2 to V2. Sorry, U to V. U and V. Color 2 to V. Who is that V? The vertex to the vertex which are incident to U. Note that all the vertices incident to U are in V2 set. Similar way, in the similar way, we can assign in the similar way, we can assign color 1 to all the vertices in V1 and color 2 to all the vertices in V2. This will make a proper coloring, as there is no edge in between any two vertices within V1 and within V2. Okay. Now conversely, suppose proper coloring is possible, then the graph is bipartite. Now conversely, let for the graph G, proper coloring is possible. Now we need to show G is bipartite. To show that, we prove this. For proving that, we can say let for graph G VA, we can assign one of the two color such that no adjacent vertices will get same color. Now, if we take the vertex set V1 consist of those vertices who have assigned to color 1 and vertex set V2 consist of those vertices who have assigned to color 2. As proper coloring is possible, so there is an edge between one vertex of V1 to one vertex in V2, and there is no edge between any two vertices within V1 or V2 also. Hence, G is bipartite. Proved. Okay. That means for a bipartite graph, only two colors are sufficient. For properly coloring. Now, from that you have another concept, that complete bipartite graph. Complete bipartite graph. Here you can see that the notation is KMN. M vertices, N vertices. M denotes for the number of vertices in V1 set and N denotes the number of vertices in V2 set. For example, if we take K23, then in V1 set I have 2 vertex, in V3 set I have 3 vertices, and I want to make it complete. Okay, this is the example of K23 complete graph, complete bypass set graph 23. Similarly, we can have K35. In one set I have 3 vertices, in V2 set we have 5 vertices. Now I want to make it complete. Okay. This is the graph for K53. Now you can see that the number of edges in Kmn equal to, look here, 2 and 3, how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 6. Then how many edges are there total? Look here 3 edge, here again 3 edge, 3, 3, 6 edge, or that means 2 into 3 edges. Here similarly, how many edges are there? You can apply the counting principle. Each vertex has degree, here each vertex has degree 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5 into 3, 15. So Kmn has the number of edges is 15. Okay, Kmn has m into n. Number of edges will be m into n. After that we have certain another type of graphs, something called cycle. CYCLE, cycle graph. CN. Here C3, cycle graph with here C4, here this is C5, here C6. Similarly, we can define wheel. W3 सेंटर में एक वर्टेक्स रहेगा बस. W4 C4 with center one vertex. Similarly, for W5 we have this one, and for W6 also W6. Okay. And the last one is Qn, n cube. You can simply define this is Q1, 1 cube, this is 2 cube, Q2. For 3 cube, we have write in something different way. This much. Okay, this is Q3. For Q4, construction is not easily possible, but you can make it. Now, the question is, how many vertices are there in Qn? How many vertices are there Qn, or that is n cube? The answer is 2 to the power n. Okay, here 2 to the power 1, here 2 square, look here 2 to the power 3, 8 vertices. Similarly, how many vertices are there? Given n cube, 2 to the power n number of vertices there. Now, after that, we will represent the graph. For graph representation, we will use something called adjacency metric. Here, among two vertices, if V1, Vi and Vj are related, then In the matrix, we put 1. If not related, then we put 0. For example, simple. Suppose I am taking one graph. Suppose 5 vertices wala bhag V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. Now, for this graph, for adjacency matrix, I can simply say यहाँ पे जगह है तुम्हारा V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, just like represented the relation. Already we have represented the relation, so from the relation we can construct the graph and the representation. V1 is V1, no age. V1, V2, 1 age. V1, V3, no. V1, V4, yes. V1, V5, no. V2, V1, yes. V2, V2, no. V2, okay, I'm taking another or ओके यहाँ पे एक दे देता हूँ, यहाँ पे सेल्फ दे देते हैं एंड हियर और दे देता हूँ. ओके, V2, V2 नो, V2, V3 yes, V2, V4 नो, V2, V5 नो. V3, V3, V1 no, V3, V2 yes, V3, V3 there is one self loop yes, V3, V4 yes, V3, V5 no, V4, V1 yes, V4, V2 no, V4, V3 yes, V4, V4 no, V4, V5 yes. And from V5 we have V5, V1 no, V5, V2 no, V5, V3 no, V5, V4 V5, V4 yes. Look here, हाँ, 1, 2, 3, 4 V5, V4 yes, and V5, V5 no. This is the matrix representation of the graph, adjacency matrix. Okay. Now you can see that for a parallel edge there is nothing changed, but for self loop diagonally there is one is coming up. Okay. This is some concept related to graph theory. In the next class, we continue the same one, and you can see that next class we deal with path and circuit graph traversal. Okay. These are all the concepts related to basic concept related to graph. Okay. Now just you can write your roll number.